Hello and welcome. This is India Tonight. I'm Shibani Gharat and joining us from our Delhi studio is my colleague Sumita Kareer. Now, campaigning for the high-stakes election to 29 municipal corporations in Maharashtra culminated today with all eyes fixed on the big fight for Mumbai, where the BJP-led Mahayuti is making a strong pitch to control the BMC in the face of a challenge from the united Thackeray front. Notably, this would be the first Brihanmumbai Municipal Corporation election for Shiv Sena since 22 split, which saw party leader Eknath Shinde leaving with a majority of the legislators. Now, the party name and also the new party name and the symbol.
Absolutely, Shibani. In fact, the undivided Shiv Sena ruled the country's richest civic body for 25 long years. The Mahayuti of BJP Shiv Sena combined has in fact promised a 50% concession for women in best bus travel, while the Thackeray cousins, well, they have assured 1,500 rupees of monthly allowance for women domestic helps and a property tax waiver on houses of up to 700 square feet. Now, polling for the over 2,800 seats spread across over 800 wards, or close to 900 wards actually, that will begin at 7:30 a.m. and conclude at 5:30 p.m. on January 15th. The counting of votes will take place on January 16th itself. And even though the BMC elections have seen high voltage campaigning and tall promises, it can be debated that political talks rather than civic issues have so far dominated in the discourse in the run-up to polls. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be joined by a very stellar panel of guests to discuss what are the key issues this election and who is having an edge. But before we delve into an in-depth conversation, let's go across to my colleague Anurag Shah to know more about the election dates, candidates, and of course, what are some of the key issues. Here's an explainer from Anurag.
After a gap of 9 years, BMC elections are happening and Mumbaikars would be voting on 15th of January. So why BMC elections are important and all eyes on BMC election? Because Asia's richest civic body with budget of more than 70,000 crore. This time in year 2026, for 227 seats, there are 1,729 candidates in fray for the 227 seats, and high stakes in polls because BMC controls road, water, garbage, transport, and infrastructure. So BMC elections are important and all eyes of not only of Mumbaikar but various other parts also on BMC election. So if we talk about the richest candidates in BMC election, then BJP's Markand Narvekar has declared his assets of 124 crore. The second richest candidate is also from BJP, Harshida Narvekar. She has declared assets of 63 crore. The third candidate is Sana Qureshi of Samajwadi Party. She is fighting election for the first time and declared assets of 60 crore. The fourth one is Samadhan Sarvankar, son of Shiv Sena leader Sada Sarvankar. He has declared assets of 46 crore. The fifth one is Shraddha Jadhav, former mayor of Mumbai from Shiv Sena UBT, Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray. She has also declared assets of 46 crore. But this time, BMC elections are altogether different from 2017 because Shiv Sena was undivided, but now there's a split in Shiv Sena. The ruling alliance is of BJP and Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde against Shiv Sena UBT, and Shiv Sena UBT is in alliance with.
Well, joining us first for this panel discussion, we have Jayant Menkar, who's like a senior political analyst. We will soon be joined by two candidates as well and spokesperson of the political parties contesting these BMC election. But, sir, my first question to you is one of the richest civic body in the country. Still, every day we face, as a common citizen of Mumbai, we face some issue or the other. There is infrastructure. Of course, there have been projects that have come up in the past year and two, whether it's Mumbai Metro or the Coastal Road project. But still, one day you take the car out of your home and you're not sure whether you will be able to take the car back inside your gate. Every monsoon, Mumbai car struggles 2 to 3 hours on the roads. The potholes continue to increase on national highways for those commuting and traveling to suburbs. So being the richest civic body in the country right now, it seems like the political issues have taken the forefront, and this political alignment and the conversations around politics has taken the center stage over the issues of a common Mumbaikar, including the redevelopment projects that have been going on in a big way in the country over the past couple of years.
Well, one thing particularly, as you said about the richest body and the problems and whatever that we are facing, one of the most important factor is the highest influx in entire country is in Mumbai. The estimate says per day 1,000 people from all parts of India, and here this is nothing like Shiva Sena is raising first against South Indians and then Raj raising against the North Indians. I'm saying from all parts, all the districts of Maharashtra and entire country, because the job opportunities, the stock exchange, and of course Bollywood, the major attraction. So Mumbai gets around 4 lakh people nearly every day as a newcomer, and whatever the infrastructure just now you narrated, always it left with another gap. It is because every year nearly 4 lakh people are pouring in. And while we consider only Mumbai, but what about extended suburbs? The extended suburb people, they stay in their homes in the extended suburbs, but actually for their day-to-day work, again, they come back to Mumbai. So Mumbai is the load you must consider from all these angles. And so what you said, whatever the infrastructure that we are raising, it is proving to be lesser. This is mainly because of that. Then simultaneously, the politics starts when particularly the talks like if Uddhav Thackeray brothers will win, there will be a Muslim mayor. And when Chief Minister of Maharashtra says such a divisive, such a communal statement, it should be condemned. But I mean, it is going on. Why such, when we are having a New York mayor, Zohran Mamdani, why we cannot be like that? Why we cannot be that open?
Right.
The openness we are not having.
Absolutely, Mr. Menkar. That's right. That's right, Mr. Menkar. You've raised very, very pertinent points. And, every Mumbaiker will perhaps agree to some of those points that you have mentioned, that there is no talk of fixing the infrastructure. But you have Raj Thackeray, Mr. Akhil Chitre. Ladies and gentlemen, Akhil Chitre, the national spokesperson of the Shiv Sena UBT, is also joining us now. Let me take off from what Mr. Menkar was essentially suggesting. You have a whole host of issues with respect to the election issues as far as these BMC elections are concerned. The citizens are not happy with infrastructure. They're not happy with the lack of clean air. In fact, AQI has risen in Mumbai this year, in the past couple of years as well. But here you have Raj Thackeray essentially stating about Hatao Lungi, those kind of jabs. He's also, taken Rasmalai jabs. He's also sort of using hate politics. He's saying that Hindi is not our language and people will be kicked out if they use Hindi. And he's also saying that people are coming to snatch your jobs. Why is he resorting to hate politics? Is he confident now that there is no other card that perhaps he has to win the voter base, win the Maratha voter base?
Ma'am, thanks for raising these questions. I would like to clear all the air around. First of all, the issue of Mr. Raj Thackeray, I'll just clear it out because his party spokesperson is not there. So I'll just clear it out and then I'll answer your next question. Now, Mr. Raj Thackeray went on to say all this about the Rasmalai thing and all, because if you know, Mr. Annamalai, some Tamil Nadu leader of BJP had come to Mumbai, and he had no reasons to say that Bombay is not a part of Maharashtra. He is saying that Mumbai is an international city. We definitely agree with it. Mumbai is an international city. It is globally known across. That's okay. But he himself, coming from a state where his city is after Madras, it is named Chennai now. Why doesn't he call Madras as Madras now? He addresses it Chennai. Correct? So why he had to come to Mumbai and unnecessarily cause a chaos over here? So it was a reaction what Mr. Raj Thackeray has given. Now, since his spokesperson was not there, I just answered on his behalf. Now I'll come to the main question. Now we saying that there is no infrastructure in Mumbai for last 3 years. So I'll agree with that, because last 3 years we have not been governing it. Shiva Sena has been governing the Mumbai BMC since 1997, and I would proudly like to state that the BMC, when we took over, it was 600 crores of deficit, and in 2022, when we left BMC, it was in 92,000 crores surplus. There was FD of 92,000 crores. So it definitely shows the astute financial management which we have shown while we were
Absolutely, Mr. Akhil Chitre. I have a simple question, around the entire Thackeray reunion. What is the kind of vision that you have, for Mumbai, or is there a plan at all if you actually come in power? Or is it just like a desperate attempt from Marathi Manu's vote to further splinter or, divide? What is the vision? Apart from all of the political slandering that is going on, what is the actual vision for the city?
If you allow me a minute, I'll just answer all your queries.
Yeah.
We are the only political party which came up with a documentation of what we have done. We are not talking about any kind of religion, Hindu, Muslim, or any state dividing politics. We came up with BMC elections. Our leader, Aditya Thackeray, he had a presentation which we had conducted at Worli Dome, and we showed what we have done for last 25 years. For example, there is a mangrove park of 11.8 hectares, which has come at Gorai, Borivali in Mumbai. Okay, it is the only mangrove park in India. Then there is the Malabar Hill treetop walkway, which had been built by the vision of Aditya Thackeray at Malabar Hill. It is also the only one Malabar Hill. It is the only one treetop walkway in India currently. If we go and talk about water infrastructure, our water infrastructure of Mumbai is of 7,000 kilometers. The infrastructure of pipelines. It is as if we count it in kilometers, it is from Mumbai to London, and the water is cheapest and purest. It has been recognized by several organizations, healthcare organizations, that Mumbai water is the purest and cheapest at source. Then if you see at the hospitals, now one thing, ma'am, you must be aware that any municipal corporation across India, nobody has their own medical colleges. Mumbai Municipal Corporation has got 5 medical colleges, 1 dental college, and 4 medical colleges. So these are the achievements which we have got in the last 25 years. I may say that there may be some loopholes which have been left, and we need to address that. So whenever we come to power, we definitely fulfill all those things. Even BST. BST is the cheapest transportation in the whole world. 5 rupees for 5 kilometers, 10 rupees for 10 kilometers, 15 rupees for 15 kilometers, and 20 rupees you can travel all across the Mumbai.
Right, Mr.
Mumbai
Chitre.
city.
Right, Mr. Chitre. Let me also welcome on the show Ms. Shaina NC. She's the spokesperson of the Shiv Sena. Thank you very much, ma'am, for taking the time out and speaking to us here on ET now about the upcoming elections. We're essentially talking about the fact that Mumbai essentially has a lot of issues, a lot of infrastructure issues that need to be resolved. AQI being one of them, dug up roads is another one of them. And there is a whole list that, voters have essentially talked about, whenever it is that we've gone to Mumbai. But here you have Raj Thackeray essentially speaking about, again, Lungi Hatao comments. He's also taken Rasmalai jabs. And of course, he is once again stirring up hate politics. Why is it that nobody is now is questioning Raj Thackeray's acerbic comments? And this essentially is reminiscent of a horrible time for South Indians in the 1960s. Are the Thackeray's deflecting attention from real issues? And what is it that's making them so desperate?
Absolutely right. They are deflecting from the core issue. They remember the Marathi Manas just before elections. For 25 years, they have done nothing. If we talk about the Abhijat Darja, which has been given to the Marathi language, it is our leader, Eknathji Shinde and Devendra Fadnavis, that champion the cause. If we talk about the Girni Kamgars, which are the mill workers, or BDD, Chaul redevelopment, where people have come back to the city, sons of the soils, Bhumi Putras, who have got 17,000 homes in, Ramabai Nagar, these are all core issues. So they can keep on getting into all kinds of bayanbazi. वो लोग बयानबाजी करते रहें, हम अपना काम करते रहेंगे. और मैं मानती हूँ कि पर्यावरण को लेकर आपने एक बहुत अहम सवाल पूछा. देखिए, आज जब आप जेन जी से बात करें ना, तो सर्वप्रथम वो यही आपको पूछेंगे कि पर्यावरण के लिए आपने क्या किया. मैं ये उजागर कर रही हूँ क्योंकि जब एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स की बात करते हैं, साफ सफाई की बात करते हैं, आई थिंक ऑल दीज आर कोर इश्यूज व्हिच नीड टू बी एड्रेस्ड इन टोटलिटी. एंड इफ वी लुक एट इट इन टोटलिटी, देयर इज 25 years of mismanagement. No concrete roads, we keep talking about Khadde Mukht Mumbai, but what have they done? They have a hand in glove with contractors who went to jail. 26 contractors put into jail, as was the Prashashan. Mithi River desilting scam, what did they do? There was a corrupt practice there too. Khichdi scam during COVID, body bag scam. The list is endless. So I think people who are eyeing the 70,000 crore BMC budget must understand that they have to deliver on ground too.
Absolutely.
They have to deliver, and there is a watchdog and there's accountability.
Sure. Some of the issues that you've raised about pollution, about the dug-up roads and all of that have been the prime issues for Mumbai. But, you have also called Mumbai Devi as one of the most backward constituencies in Maharashtra. And your alliance has actually governed the state for years. And your partner BJP has been a dominant force in Mumbai. So who are you actually blaming for the backwardness over here, Shaina NC?
Well, absolutely the Ubata Sena. I mean, they were hand in glove in 2019 with Congress NCP. Look at that manifesto. There's no mention of Hindu Hriday Samrat Adanya Balasaheb Thackeray, no mention of Hindutva, no mention of the Marathi Manas. And then they come up with this PPT presentation, which is nothing at all to do with vision. You look at young leaders. I mean, I would have expected Amit Thackeray ji to speak very proactively about Gen Z and the pollution. He has chosen to speak about Marpeet ki Rajniti and saying that nobody will be allowed into Mumbai. I think that's unfair, right? I mean, we need to have a progressive agenda, and that agenda has to be inclusive in nature. Marathi Abhiman, Marathi Asmita is number one for us, but that does not mean you deflect from the core issues of what people need today. They want clean water, they want Khadde Mukht Mumbai, they want better pollution awareness as well as air quality control. These are the core issues. Chala.
Shaina, let me go back to Mr. Akhil Chitre. Akhil, let me take off from what you were essentially stating, that the fact that, Mr. Thackeray has stated that Mumbai is an international city, but you cannot justify that comment given the fact that his hate rhetoric against South Indians and North Indians is known to one and all.
First of all, I'd like to answer, take an opportunity to answer Ms. Shaina NC. She said that Mumbai requires to be pollution-free and environment should be protected and all. It's their BJP government with whom they are in alliance who cut down around 4,000 trees in RA for the RA car shed. And top of it, they are saying that Supreme Court said that RA trees release carbon dioxide. That much carbon dioxide will be released by 92 trips of metro train and all. And they are the ones who are talking about cutting down mangroves over here in Mumbai and saying that they'll plant mangroves in Chandrapur, somewhere in Vidarbha. So this is their action plan about environment. And whereas our leader, I've already stated it before also, that we are the only one who have built a mangrove park in Mumbai, not in MMR region, in the heart of the city in Mumbai. In Borivali, around 11.8 hectares of mangroves have been protected. We are the ones who declared RA as a forest. If you would have not declared RA as a forest, today they would have gone ahead and cut down other trees also over there, because their chief minister right now, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, is saying that RA is not a reserved forest. But we were the ones who declared RA as forest in our governance. So I think Shaina ma'am should get her facts right before speaking and not say blatant lies over here on the news channel. And secondly, talking about infrastructure.
Yeah.
So talking about coming back to infrastructure, talking about transportation. Am I wrong when I state that BST is the cheapest transportation in the whole world?
No, absolutely, it's there. It's there, Mr.
Who was conducting it? Who was conducting? When I'm saying that Mumbai's water is the cheapest and best and purest water, am I wrong? Can anybody challenge me on that?
No, Mr. Akhil Chittre, one of the other questions also raised and issues also raised by Shaina NC was, of course, the newer, the younger, the Gen Z voter. Now, the last BMC election actually happened when there was no Zomato, quick service, quick commerce platforms. There was no Jio. There were none of these things that we are so used to. Many of the OTT platforms had just arrived, and also the voter now is much younger. You have two youth leaders associated with your party. One is Amit and the other one is Aditya. Now, the Gen Z today doesn't care much about, what are the jabs that some of your top leaders are taking. They care about air quality. They care about, what their everyday issues are. You speak about, identity and heritage for a Mumbaikar, but currently the biggest heritage and identity that they are stuck with is the generational traffic that they are getting on the roads on a daily basis and the toxic polluted air that we are facing on a daily basis in Mumbai. If your party is so future ready, then why the ease of living indexes in Mumbai is falling on a day-to-day basis and the budget for BMC is increasing on a day-to-day basis?
Ma'am, I'm really thankful to you for raising this question. For last 3 years, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong, because the AQI level which you're talking about, you can Google it out also. It has become bad since last 3 years, and it has become worst from last 6 months. And you can see who is governing Maharashtra for last 3 years. For last 3 years, we are not even there in BMC, because the BMC is managed by the administration. And administration, who has the power to instruct the administration? It is the chief minister. It is the CMO office. Now, who holds the CMO office? So, last 3 years, they have been doing nothing for environment. They have been only cutting down trees. All their projects, all their development projects which they talk about is all about cutting down trees, pulling down all kind of natural resources which we have got. So they are the ones who need to answer. Now there is a Lokhandwala lake at Andheri in Mumbai. They are even about to destroy that lake now. Even that has got lakhs of mangroves over there. There are lots of birds which come over there across from different countries. They fly around over here. But they want to destroy everything. Now, the salt pan which they were talking about, when we had given a suggestion that do not cut the RA forest, and you can have the parking yard for the metro at the salt pan. That time they were saying it is a salt pan. And
Right, Akhil, but this is something civic issues. Civic issues are something that all party can be accused of because all the parties have come and gone into power. They've made great and tall promises, but nothing actually has been achieved on the ground, and which is why you have, Mumbaikars actually raising up these issues. But political parties only want to talk about divisive and hate politics. In fact, they have a whole list of issues that Mumbaikars are talking about this election. There's garbage and solid waste crisis, bad roads, water supply, flooding, redevelopment, air pollution, best bus crisis, corruption allegation. The list can go on and on. But the fact remains that voters have actually not been taken seriously by any of the political parties, and it really remains to be seen whether this one is going to be any different. This election outcome is going to be any different from the previous ones, and will parties actually implement what they have promised on the ground? Well, we are completely out of time on this edition of India Tonight, this debate particularly. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for taking the time out and speaking to us here on ET Now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for us to slip into a very short commercial break, but lots more coming up on the other side.